Welcome back to the G.B.B, guys. Jay once again. On the line, I'm joined by Shans. Shans, what up?
What's good, mate?
Manchester United have done the business and got the 3 points. It was a hard-fought game with 5 goals in total, and luckily Manchester United came away with the 3. Shans, let's talk about the game. What did you like? What didn't you like?
I like the way we fought to get that win. I think we played well on the whole, but what I didn't like, and it was a telling sign, was that we were struggling until Alexis Sanchez was replaced. And then after he was replaced, we scored 2 goals in 8 minutes. So if that's not an indication of what Sanchez is not bringing to the team, essentially, I don't know what is. I'd like to see him do work and sort of be conducive to our team play, but he's shown nothing that he is the player that he was at Arsenal, and he's just not bringing it in games, and it's hindering us when he's on the field. So, in a sense, if he's off the field, he's costing us money. If he's on the field, he's not producing the goods. Why do we still have him? If we are to sell him in the next transfer window, even if we take a loss, it's still a profit for us, not having him on the books. But look, apart from that, I think we played well. Andreas Pereira's goal was a cracker. All the goals were very good. And I'm so happy that Lukaku played so well and did the business when Sanchez was subbed off. As for Pogba's penalty, look, I don't think putting it in the middle of the goals is ever a good idea. But I also think their keeper was lucky that a foot was still at the dangle to stop that penalty going in. But on the whole, a good game. We fought back and we got 3 points.
Completely agree with every single sentiment you put forward there, Shans. Sanchez is obviously not the player that he was at Arsenal. He hasn't been that player for quite some time at United. And even being coached by the manager that brought him in, Jose, we never really saw him even get out of, I won't even say first gear because it seems like he's stuck in neutral. He hasn't found the form or hasn't been half the player that he was, because we're not seeing, obviously, the immaculate gameplay that he had, the control passing, the distribution, the finishing that he had before. He's obviously now in a period where his next club is not going to be a big club, because he's probably towards the end of his career. We probably see him past his prime at the moment. And unfortunately, it's going to be a case of we need to cut our losses, because like you say, Shans, him being on the books is probably more expensive than finding a transfer fee to satisfy him leaving. We might as well just take the opportunity to see him pushed out the door, really. If anyone's willing to obviously take him, definitely with the wages that he's on, we're probably going to be in a battle where we still have to pay a portion of his weekly wage just to get him out of the club, if not giving him a payout or a settlement or something of the sort, just to get him out of the club. Because at this point, being one of the highest earning players in the Premier League, it's not really helping us. It doesn't give us the ability to go out and get the players that we need to build around, obviously, our main focal points in Pogba, Rashford, Martial, De Gea, and players like that obviously are going to be mainstays for United moving into the future. One player that obviously put his hand up for a spot moving forward was Pereira with that goal. Fantastic to see. Apparently he practiced that in training. Shannon, you told me that earlier, that he had been practicing that and he thought he'd take it on, and he put it exactly where he was putting it in training. So that was fantastic to see. And then, of course, Big Rom getting another 2 goals. I mean, what more can you ask for? Probably to score a penalty, if Pogba had obviously given him the ball to try and take that and get that hat-trick. But Pogba took it on, which you can't be mad at him. He is our designated penalty taker. And even with his run-up that, a lot of people have questions over, In the past, we've seen it work more than it hasn't, but this is now the third penalty that's been saved. So I think it's time for him to sort of either work out how he's going to place the ball, because like you say, Shan, putting it in the middle of the goal, most keepers are going to get to that anyway. But, you know, he devoids himself of having a lot of power on his shot by taking that, you know, stop-start trotting run-up. He's obviously losing 50% of the power that he could have to put the ball away. From Southampton's point of view, I think Ward-Prowse, Shannon, we spoke about in the preview, showed up and showed what he's worth. And, you know, there was a lot of play for them. Redmond was dangerous, obviously, pulling out the defenders. We know that our defenders are not 100% settled. So he did a good job, obviously, affecting them. And, you know, pretty much the whole game was a bit of take and give. And we gave them a goal, and then we took a goal back. And then we obviously pulled 2-1 ahead. They leveled up. And then, you know, it's some of the game was a bit, okay, we've scored now, sort of, you know, take the foot off the gas. But they came for it. And that first goal, what's the guy's name, Shannon? I forget his name again. Various. What a cracking shot. What an absolute cracking shot. Only matched by, obviously, Pereira's goal in the top right-hand corner, which you'll take every day of the week. But I think it was a good game, and the fact that we obviously fought and got the win, got the 3 points, it's more confidence. It's confidence for Rom, having 4 goals in 2 games now. That's only going to build in his confidence. And obviously, with Rashford obviously playing up there with him, and him still plucking both goals, it's going to give him confidence that he can get back into the starting 11 or be our first choice striker, which is only going to be good for us. If you got competition between Rom and Rashford to be that man up front, because they're scoring so many goals on so many occasions, we can't lose or we benefit from both of them being in form at the same time. Obviously, the player that we mentioned before, Sanchez, doesn't look like he's anywhere near it. And the fact that he's also injured and rumored to be out for 6 to 8 weeks says that we obviously need Martial back in the squad. But it means players like McTominay and Pereira are going to get more opportunities, as well as Fred. So let's hope that he can recover quickly. We obviously still care about our players, and we hope he can recover quickly and become part of that squad again. But this gives us opportunity to try some of these young guys out and give them an opportunity to put their hand up for more frequent selection. Guys, Shannon and I picked our teams before the game. You'll see them popping up at the bottom of the screen. You'll see the scores we got based on the players that were selected. You'll see our FIFA 19 score simulations on the sides of the screen. And top right-hand corner is the leaderboard. Shannon obviously closing the gap. I'm not worried just yet. Guys, I want to thank you for joining us on this one. Shans, thanks for getting on the line. Please comment, subscribe, like, and share. Check us out on all our social media platforms. And we'll see you in the preview for the next game, which is a big one. Guys, thanks for joining us. Shot.